today we're going to do a video of some of the modifications that we have done to our Nano Apex travel trailer from Coachman. Now, as you were saying, the trailer is actually a very good trailer.
But it needed some improvements. It has good bones, like my son likes to say, but it needs some just simple improvements, things that if the dealership did them, it would cost a lot of money, whereas these are things that we can do ourselves really easily.
So today in our video we're going to go through some of the little tweaks that we did to it, both outside and inside. So first we're going to do the outside, and most of the stuff we'll let you know which items they are, but you can actually purchase those if you're interested in them on our gear page on our website. So please stay tuned and watch our videos. Thank you. So the very first thing that we did, first modification we made to Timon, our camper, is that we changed the storage lock. They all have the same number. Anybody can access it. I can use my key to get in my cousin's camper. He can use his key to get in mine. People I don't even know can get in it. So we changed it to a combination lock. And this is exactly what it looks like. It's called a CAMBI, C-O-M-B-I, cam locks. And if you go to our website, which I have below the video here, you can actually go to our gear link and you can order it from Amazon at no additional charge. It's just the regular Amazon price. So that was the very first modification or change that we made to the camper. The next thing we did, if you come over to here, and we installed these two vent covers. As you can see, they have a little net over them, and the reason why we did that is because the very first time we went camping, yes, we had wasps try to go in there and make a nest. So these are called Campo flying insect screens, and those are also on our gear page. So those are easy to install. And I don't know if you can see up in here, we also bought the ones for the refrigerator vent so that bees cannot go up in there and make a nest either.
This is another one of the mods that we made to the camper. It is a Max Air vent cover. Real simple to install, 4 screws, and it allows you to keep your vent open while it's raining or even while you're moving down the road. One of the next mods we made to our camper was adding this Bighorn 3,500 pound jack to the front. It's an easy bolt-on 3-bolt installation, and it allows you to move your camper up and down just by hitting a button. And then it's got another button for a LED light, which although it's not very bright, it does give you plenty of light to be able to hook up this in the dark if you had to.
Do it.
We added this so we could jack up and down our camper easily, more easily than using the crank jack that we used to have, which we use all the time now because we have the new Anderson jack, Anderson hitch. It's available on our gear page from our website. We paid a link for it on Amazon, so you can find it easily. It's real nice and good price on this one. It seems to be very solidly made, and it works really well so far for us.
Okay, so the next thing we changed was a couple tires. So as you can see, we have dualies, or 2 tires. Aren't those called dualies, Jim?
Dual axle.
Dual axle. So yeah, they're dual axle. So the front still has the China bomb on it, but the back has the Goodyear Endurance. And on the other side, we did the same thing. The front has the China bomb, and the back has the Goodyear Endurance. Eventually, we plan on replacing the front 2 tires. Right now, they're not showing any leaks or anything, and we have 2 spare tires. So, first sign that we have any problems, we're going to replace those out next. And then, just as it's not really an upgrade, but it was just something that we wanted to do, we added the map of the places that we've actually already stayed at. So, in order for it to actually get a sticker, we actually have to visit a place and stay overnight. Okay, so the next change that we made, and that's always hard for Jim and me both to get into the same picture because as you can see, we're different heights Yes, he's a lot taller than me.
I'll sit down.
So the next thing that we did was we added a cleat, a boat cleat, to our hot water tank cover because it's a pain in the butt to get into.
It's on the outside of the camper.
Yeah, so let me show you. So here is the actual cover. This is the cleat that we added. The reason why we did that is when you twist this, how do you get it open? Like, you can't get the...
We were using a screwdriver to actually open it.
So
to pry it open.
Now that we have this, it's just a little boat cleat with 2 little screws. And see how easy it is to get in there if we have any reason to get into the hot water tank. So, and then you just close it back up. So simple, easy, nice, easy fix. So the next thing that we did as a upgrade is, we're in the process of doing still, is we're adding this hitch receiver to the back of our bumper. And I'll let Jim explain what we did here and why we're doing it.
We're adding this receiver so that we can actually carry a cargo tray, which plugs right into the back of it, and then carry some additional supplies like generator,
Maybe kayaks.
maybe a kayak carrier, something like that, to the back of this camper. My brother-in-law, I know RV bumpers are notoriously really weak, but my brother-in-law added a couple of L brackets to the bottom of the bumper to support it, and he welded them on, so it's really sturdy now, and this should support whatever we want to put back there.
Okay, just a little follow-up. We showed you how we had put the hitch receiver on the back for our carrier. Here's the carrier, which happens to need some tender loving care. We need to paint it. We've had it for a very long time before we ever had the trailer. So what we realized is when we hooked it in, the tire is in the way. So 2 choices. We could actually take this up and have my brother weld an extension on it, make it a little higher, and then it wouldn't be in the way. However, as we say in our name, no worries. We're just going to move the tire over to here and move that over there, and it will all fit without having to do a single thing, other than poor Jim, who happens to be down here, having to disassemble the 4 bolts and move them over. But really, no big deal. Right, Jim?
No big deal.
Okay, just like I said, no worries. At least that's what Jim says. We've switched them, and the tire is not sticking out. We have plenty of room that we can get to the tire, the spare tire, and now we have a extra carrying space on the back of our bumper. So it worked. First attempt at the hitch. Yes, it's crooked. So, redo. Told you we weren't mechanically inclined. The next part of this video is we're actually going to go inside at Timon, and we're going to show you some of the little simple upgrades that we have done to the inside. Now, some of them were simple. My husband, and some may not say the one was really that simple, but they're some of the upgrades that we actually did in the inside. Okay, so this is the inside of Timon, some of the upgrades that we did. So here is the first, or one of several upgrades. What we did was inside this cabinet here, we added an additional shelf. So that shelf there was not there. So we added that, plus we added, they're called punk lights. They're motion lights, so that in the dark, the lights automatically come on. So that's one of the cabinets that we added an extra shelf. And then if you come up to the front here, both of our closets, we have added, because when we camp, we don't have hang-up clothes. So we added an extra shelf in our closets on both sides. They both have identical, with a light that opens up. Right now they don't have any batteries in them, but they open up with any motion and it brightens it all up. So we can put all of our clothes in there. So that was an upgrade, both of those. And then we realized that the only fire extinguisher in this Timon was in the back. So it's back here. So we added an additional fire extinguisher right there in the front in case I'm cooking something and something would go amiss. Not that that could ever happen, but you never know. So we have a fire extinguisher there that we can also grab. So that was another upgrade that we did. The other thing I wanted, and of course Jim did those. He's actually very good at carpentry. He's not as much of a mechanic as what he is carpentry. He makes really good shelves and stuff. He's made really nice cabinets for our sons. So I wanted this. The camper came with the top one. Timon came with this, but I wanted a second one. So Jim made this drawer for me. So I have a second drawer that I can put either cookware in there or my dish rags, dish towels, pot holders, and all those items. I also got this rack that I can hang my wet dish towels on. So that was a few of the items. And in the bathroom we did a multiple array of things. I'm going to let Jim show most of it. But because I don't want to do laundry every night and I needed a place to hang the towels, and necessarily outside isn't always the best place. So we hung up these different towel bars, towel racks, and we also had one here, and we hung up one there and one there. So we have multiple areas that we can store items. So, and then Jim's going to show you the changes to the shower, which was one of the very, very first things that we did. The very first thing we did was change the locks on the storage cabinet, which I already showed you. The next thing was this shower.
Alright, I'd like to go over just some of the items that we changed after we bought the camper to our bathroom. These are some mods that we made, real simple ones. Shower came with no shower insert at all, just bare walls, as the walls you can see here. And because this has Azdel siding on the outside of it, it's built with Azdel, they told us that it would be fine, that you didn't need shower walls. Well, we kind of didn't agree with that, so we went and bought some of these. They're vinyl tiles, and they actually have a lip on each side, and you put a little bit of caulking or silicone between each one. You set them together, and you make a nice real shower wall here. And that's going to be much better as far as water resistance goes. We added a new Oxygenics shower head, which everyone says you should do. And it does work better, I'll admit. And then we added this nice tray here.
So one of the reasons why we added the new shower head is, one, it does use less water, and it has more pressure. So that's the two reasons mainly that we changed the shower. I also got one of these paper plate holder. This is right up above the cabinet. It is so handy. And then here's my paper towel holder. I stuck it there. Don't have any problems. All my silverware I keep in this nice little handy dandy basket, which is right here. And it's so nice because I can just pick it up and take it outside. When we grill, we do a lot of grilling. And I just pick it up and I got everything I need. Oh, and then there was one more shelf that he added. It's in here. This little cabinet in here. He added a second shelf. And of course the camper did not come with a little TV. We bought that Walmart special. It's just a little TV, but that's all we really need. And we hardly ever use it. We use it more for looking at videos or for looking at pictures that we take. Because I do like to scrapbook.
A future modification that we plan on making is adding these bed lift kit springs.
Okay, to lift this bed, it has the mattress, and then we have this big piece of foam because the mattress that came with the camper is just really super hard. So you have a piece of plywood, plus the mattress, plus this, plus your bedding, and we store stuff underneath there. I'm thinking about keeping my brand new Instant Pot that I just got in here, and so it needs to be easier to get in and out. So that's the main reason why we're adding these.
It's a bed lift kit. Another modification we plan on doing is adding a new faucet. This is the original faucet that came with the camper when we bought it.
And as you can see, there's no spray. Or, see how low it is? So we want to add one that comes up And we've already bought it. We just haven't installed it, and when we do that, Jim's going to do a video. So while we're talking about future installations, Jim, you want to come out? Another thing we want to do is the standard lock that comes with the camper. There's some questionings that if someone has a master lock to Coachman, that they can get into any of the Coachmans. I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that when I was a child, my parents, actually my grandparents and my parents, sold Coachman trailers, and we did have a master lock that opened all of our campers. So that's one reason, but the main reason is we want one that has a combo lock, so if for some reason we would lock ourselves out.
Right now we have a single 12-volt marine type battery on our camper, and it lasts pretty good, but we'd like to change it and modify it and enhance this by adding 2 6-volt batteries to this area. Another item we'd like to install on our camper is a soft start for our air conditioner. We'd like to be able to run it with our small generator, and right now we cannot, even though it says on their website that we should be able to.
Well,
when we tried it in Florida, it just didn't work.
It starts, it runs like maybe 1 or 2 times, but the hotter it gets, then it doesn't work.
Right, it starts for a second, then it dies down right away. Our generator is just not strong enough. Here is a list of the mods and upgrades we have done already by ourselves. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and give us a thumbs up. Also, visit our website, www.noworriesrving.com. Thank you for watching.